Hello, and welcome to the Getting Started video. My name is Mr. Shanklin, and I will be your teacher this year for Algebra 1. Now, the Getting Started video is going to take you through what is expected of you this year and what each of these buttons over here really represents and what to do with them. Okay, now the Getting Started button, obviously you've been in here, so you click on the Getting Started button. You see the course introduction videos, and then you see all of the week that you're supposed, or all of the work that you were supposed to do on week number 1. So Tuesday's assignment, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So this is where you come. Then the next button down is pace chart. This is so important. So if you click on the pace chart, you're going to find all of the work that is due each week. So if you take a look at the pace chart for week number 1, you're going to find that there's nothing in red. That's kind of weird because everything that is red is what counts. So nothing in week 1 will count towards your grade. In week 2, we have 2 assignments that you are going to be graded on. You have an assessment 2A, solving one-step equation, and assessment 2B, solving one-step equations. Also, one of them will be a multiple choice, and the other one will be worked out. Okay, so that is how the year is set up. So week number 1, you just take a look on Tuesday, click on the Getting Started, then the Tuesday's assignment, and then follow the directions. It really is to email your teachers. Wednesday, you do the same thing. Then in week number 2, we get into the real material where you're going to go complete all the material in week number 2 folder, section 1.2, solving equations by adding and subtracting, and section 1.3, solving equations by multiplying and dividing. And then you have to complete a practice number 2, and then you have to do these 2 assignments or assessments, and I will show you where they are. And you'll see that all of everything for the whole semester is right here in the pace chart. I would definitely copy or print this out, and then each time you complete something, just put a check mark there. It would be so awesome because then you would have it done, boom, and you can go on from there. All right, so that's the pace chart button. The next button down is live e-sessions. This is where you go. Each Monday morning, we have a live e-session at 9 o'clock until 10, where I get on the whiteboard and I can talk to you and go through all the material. Very, very important that you make it there. And then there should be another button. I don't know why it's not there right now, but there's another button that is the recorded session. So if you can't come to the live e-sessions, the next button down will be recorded sessions. And I think the reason it's not on is because I don't have, I turned off the edit mode in here, so now it's on. So here's the recorded e-session button. And then the next button down is the announcements. Well, when you come into the course, that is the button, or that is where you're taken to, is the home page where the announcements are. So the announcements, if you take a look here, here are announcements for week number 1. Week number 2, there will be another set of announcements. So each week, just another set of announcements. I would listen to those or read them because it will tell you exactly what is due for that week. Then in the next button down is course information. So if I click on this, you've got your grading policy, your learning targets. Make sure you go in here and read the grading policy and what the learning targets are that we'll be working on this year. Very, very important. Next button down is staff information. So if you want to take a look and see who your teacher is, this is me. I'm Mr. Shanklin. A little bit about myself, and there's a little video here if you want to watch it. You don't have to, but it's probably good to know your teachers. Then the next button down is what's called the lessons. Now this is where all the material is for the lessons for each week. So if you click on this, you will see week number 2. Well, why isn't there a week number 1? Well, week number 1 is in the Getting Started button. So all of the rest of the weeks are down here. So if I clicked on week number 2, you will see all of the lesson plan stuff. Now every week we start with a MAPS review because MAPS is very important to us. So we want to make sure your MAPS scores go up throughout the year. So we practice MAPS. And you'll notice that you cannot go on to the practice or the assessments if you don't score an 80% or better on the MAPS review. So make sure you take your time. You get 2 tries. If you don't get it an 80% on the first try, don't worry. There's a video that will pop up and it will show you what you're supposed to be doing. And then you would take it the second time. If you still don't get an 80%, then you need to email me your answers to each of the problems that you still have wrong, and then I will update it myself. And then down here is the lesson material. We've got videos, we've got Khan Academy videos, interactive learning, PowerPoints, interactive practice. Now, some of you, you're not going to need all of these. The first week is just one-step equations. If you know how to do them already, that's great. But if you need some help, you just click on the link and it will take you to a video. Oh, my Flash player is not up. I guess I need to get my Flash player up and going. But that's how you would get from or watch the videos. Let me click on one of the Khan Academy videos because that shouldn't take a video player. So if I click on here, it should take me to a new tab, and here we go. Solving one-step equations. Click on that.
Solve for A and check your solution. We have A plus 5 is equal to 54.
Go down here, you could do practice problems. Khan Academy is a pretty awesome website that does a lot of good stuff. Okay, so here's all the learning material, and if you go down here, it says, okay, now you're done with section 1.2. Here's all the learning material for section 1.3. So you've got all this material. And then when you're done with the lesson material, then you have to do the weekly practice. So you just go over here, click on weekly practice, and we should be done with practice 1 because that's for week 1. And everything is by week. So you know practice 2 is for week 2, practice 3 is for week 3, practice 4 is for week 4. So if I click on this, you will see that it is just hit begin. It's 10 multiple choice questions. And you need to get an 80% or better in order to move on to the assessment for the week. So let's say we got an 80%. Awesome. So we get to move on to the weekly assessment. Well, that's the next button down. So we hit weekly assessment, and then here we go, assessment 2A and assessment 2B. I think all of the A's are the multiple choice parts. I could be wrong. I know they're all one of them. So, oh, nope, this is all of the A's, so 2A, 3A, 4A, they're all workout. So you have to solve each problem, show your work for credit. So you've got 4 problems here that you have to show your work, and then down here you have, so they get harder as you go down. So question 1, pretty simple. Then they get into decimals, and then part 3 gets into fractions, and part 4 is word problems. So, and then you answer them, and I'll correct them and send back some feedback to you. Okay, so I shouldn't hit save and submit because I didn't really do the problem. All right, so I'm going to leave that page. Okay, so here, that's where your assessments are. And then the final week, which would be your exams, we do have a discussion board, Aspire practice, MAPS practice, ACT prep course. Now, these buttons you don't really need to know. But if you really are looking for some practice when we get into the Aspire and the ACT prep course, you can really use these buttons. Getting to know you is part of your week number 1 material. So you have to, so let's click on there. This is called a Padlet, and I already posted something about myself, and it's very easy. Anything that you have on your desktop, you can just slide right onto here and then just type in some words. I put a little bit about myself. Hopefully everybody in the class will do the same thing. And let's see here, textbook. If you need to know how to get to your textbook, it should be right here. This is our textbook, and you should have the office should send you your username and password to get into the textbook, and that is basically how the course is set up. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please contact me, and I will definitely get back to you. You guys have a great beginning of the year. Bye.